Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP, and welcome to That's a Shoot, my weekly episode show. We'll talk about what's going on in the world of professional wrestling, unless it's the Friday before our premium live event like today. It's the Royal Rumble 2025 predictions episode, where I will be predicting the 4 matches that we will see tomorrow night at the Royal Rumble. And for those of you guys who are new to the channel, I do rapid reactions right afterwards. So if you're here watching this, make sure you click the notification bell, hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Just when I go live after NXT's after the Royal Rumble, we can talk about the matches that happen. We've only got 4, but we're gonna go in. We're gonna talk about all 4 in these predictions episode. So let's go ahead and let's kick things off with the Women's Royal Rumble. The Women's Royal Rumble. Now, there have been some consternation online over the fact that the Women's Royal Rumble doesn't seem as important as the Men's Royal Rumble does. And I really think, guys, we gotta get over this. Get over this thing, okay? Yes, sometimes that's going to be the case because that's where the story is. The story is the Men's Royal Rumble. And does that mean that it's more important than the women's? No, not necessarily. You know, I just think that that's what the story is. And sometimes it's going to be like this. Sometimes the story for the women are going to be better than the men's. But they know the men's story is just much better. It's much more, it's just much more entertaining. I don't want to say much more entertaining. It's just, and I don't want to use the word important either. Whatever the word is, it's just right now that's the way it has to be. And again, that doesn't mean that the women's not important. If it wasn't important, they wouldn't do it. If it wasn't important, they wouldn't do it, and they're doing it. So, I think people, you need to calm down and stop, getting your panties in the water because it feels like the Women's Royal Rumble doesn't mean as much. They don't care about the women like they care about the men. They do. Let's stop it. Now, having said all that, I will admit that it does seem like that there are many more people who could win the Men's Royal Rumble than there could be the Women's Royal Rumble. Right now, I believe it's probably only down to 2 people. It's Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair has announced that she is coming back into the Royal Rumble. Now, they have not said anything about Becky Lynch. Even I think Sean Ross Sapp may have reported that they don't have plans for Becky Lynch to be in the Rumble, or for her to have that Rumble. So she may not even appear tonight. Not tonight, but tomorrow night. So you look at any of the other ones. There's Nia Jax. There's Bianca Belair. She could maybe take it. Liv Morgan could win it again. There's I guess. There maybe someone who's out of the blue we don't know about. Jordan Grace has. There's reports that Jordan Grace has signed a contract. Could they just shoot Jordan Grace right up into the atmosphere? Could they bring up an NXT girl like Roxanne Perez and give it to her, and have her? It wouldn't be main roster, I guess, debut. That was last year after WrestleMania. But could they give her that title, that opportunity? So who knows? She would have to be the shortest person to ever win a Royal Rumble. No matter what it is. I guess she's so tiny. So she would have to be like the shortest person to ever win a Royal Rumble. Anyway. But yeah. And there was part of me that wants to say Becky Lynch, right? because I kind of feel that could be the way to go. Although again, there are reports again that you know the way they go is Bianca and Rhea, which I think is a great way to go. Which I think is a great way to go. Jade Cargill still may not be in. She still may not be able to come back. Although there's reports about her going back to training you know into NXT to Florida to train. You know, because so it's so many reports. Who knows who's right, who's wrong, anything like that. Um, Stephanie McMahon was on Pat McAfee yesterday, and she kind of declined saying, "I don't think I'm going to be in the Royal Rumble," but that for that for her to that for that to be her last match in WWE, I think would be incredible. You know, and you know she says that she loves being a heel, but you know there's no reason for her to be a heel anymore. There just isn't. Um, her husband isn't one. She doesn't need to be one. Just I'm sorry. I would say this: if you know, if she's gonna make a comeback to being an on-screen character, and they're gonna have her be a heel, then don't come back. As much as I would like to see you come back for one last ride, I don't want you to be a heel. I don't want heel Stephanie McMahon. I want babyface Stephanie McMahon. So I think she could, even though she said she wasn't, I think she could totally be a surprise. I think there could be a couple of other TNA people in there. I think there's a chance we could still see Mickie James. You know, I think there's a chance we could see the women's TNA champion Masha Slamovich. She could be in there. She was doing something with Cora Jade. So this for Tessa Blanchard, I would have doubted. I would have said that there's a possibility they would have thought about having Tessa Blanchard in the Royal Rumble, but after what happened to her at the thing where they started telling she's a racist, I don't think they're gonna put that opportunity. There's a better chance of Brock Lesnar being in the men's Royal Rumble than there is Tessa Blanchard being in the women's Royal Rumble. And I think the Brock Lesnar thing is kind of short as well, even though I want it, and I may have to. I think that's a topic for another video actually. So I just talked myself into a topic for another video. I love it. Um, so with all that being said, and I'm gonna take chalk and I'm gonna say Charlotte Flair. She wins. She becomes the first ever two-time Royal Rumble winner. Because right now the things is that she's gonna go on to face Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania. So and talk about someone else who I don't really want to be a heel, even though she's a better heel. I still would like for her to be some type of babyface. So we'll see. And Tiffany Stratton, both women are great heels, but I want to see his baby faces. So you'll never know. We'll see who we'll see. But my official pick will be Charlotte Flair to win the Women's Royal Rumble. Next is the 2 out of 3 falls match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. The champions DIY take on the Motor City Machine Guns. I see that what they're trying to do here is they're trying to recreate some of the magic that we had in NXT from DIY. We just haven't seen a lot of it on the main roster. First of all, I'm glad that they didn't go down the road of doing the whole Johnny Gargano versus Touch Muscle Champions thing, that they turned Johnny heel and then so now DIY is heel. I love that. I think that's a great way to go. Here's the thing. Just on a side note, I think if you're going to have 2 people on a roster who are married, like Montez Ford, Bianca Belair, like Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae, they both should also be like the same. They should be along the same lines. One shouldn't be a baby face, and the other one shouldn't be a heel. They should be both that one. And I'm glad that's the way it is right now. But Ciampa and Gargano being heels along with Candice LeRae. Anyway, they're trying to remake the 2 out of 3 Falls match that we saw from DIY versus the Revival several years ago in NXT. And maybe we'll get it, maybe we won't. You never know, but I think this is a good opportunity to try. And we'll see what happens. As for the match, I think, again, this is a match I think could go either way. They could go down the way and put the titles back on the Motor City Machine Guns to give them a longer run. But we also could give DIY a long run as well with the championship, especially now since they're doing the things and they're doing the transfer portal and they're moving players around and teams around. Hold on. So if they can rekindle that NXT magic, this could be a pretty interesting match that steals the show. But I'm going to say they could continue on with DIY because they have a lot of good people to go up against with the Legado, the Fantasma. They've got the Yes Boys. They're pretty deadly. They could maybe turn them maybe face and do them, and I'm sure they get some Street Profits. They'll sit around. I think Dawkins has an injury, and that's why we haven't seen them on television. And B-Beef has doing her thing. So and don't forget that the Good Brothers are still around. They can work with the Good Brothers. So yeah, there's a lot of things that are still happening here, and there's still a good chance. So yeah, so I think DIY is going to retain the WWE Tag Team Championships. In a ladder match for the undisputed WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes takes on the challenger Kevin Owens. This is a very interesting dynamic here because I could definitely see a spot where they decide to put the title on Kevin Owens. I definitely could see that. Not only because of a contract situation that I still don't know. Then we still don't know when exactly his contract is up. If he's resigned, I have not seen anything about him resigning or anything like that. So I'm not sure what that is, but whether it's to keep him from from moving on to AEW, or anywhere else, or whether it's just to continue another story, or whatever. I can totally see Kevin Owens winning and being the legitimate undisputed WWE champion. But I kind of think that it's Cody Rhodes, right? That's what I kind of think. I kind of think the WWE champion going into WrestleMania will be Cody Rhodes, and because you have so many people that you can do with Cody Rhodes, you can do Cody versus Roman. You can do Cody. They were setting up Cody versus Punk possibly. There's Cody versus John Cena, any other body. There's a lot of things they can set up for WrestleMania. I would personally like to see Cody versus Roman Part 3. Each one WrestleMania main event. Come down to the final one. That could be interesting. As for just the match in general, I think this is going to be a match where Kevin Owens does something crazy to him and everything like that, and this could be a very ugly match. This could be a very interesting match. This is the best kind of ladder match when it's just one-on-one. When it's just one-on-one, because I don't think they're gonna do a lot of spots. Really, they're gonna do spots, but spots aren't gonna look contrived. They're just gonna have a wrestling match and it has to have a ladder involved, and I think that's great. When you get into the multiples ladder matches and things like that, that's when they get more and more spot fest. That's like Money in the Bank is a spot fest, match. That's why there's billions of ladders around the ring, This one, there should just be one ladder, out there, you know, that they'll be able to use. So, um, I'm gonna go with Cody Rhodes here. I think Cody Rhodes is the thing, but I would not be shocked if Kevin Owens wins. But my prediction, official prediction, Cody Rhodes retains the undisputed WWE Championship. And finally, the men's Royal Rumble match. Like I said earlier, there are a lot of people here who can win this, right? Sami Zayn can win this, and they can do the things with Kevin Owens that was a couple weeks ago on Raw that they talked about being in the main event of WrestleMania. They could do that. Seth Rollins, and then they could somehow have CM Punk, win the title from Gunther or something like that. And it could be CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre has said that he's going to tell anybody and everybody who's trying to help Roman Reigns. Cody Rhodes helped Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes came down to save. I forget who he saved. He saved Sami Zayn, I believe. Yeah. At least I believe that's what he did. I'm not sure. I forget who Drew McIntyre was but he came down to say to help him out. I think it was Sammy. They're doing it's 11-0. Drew McIntyre was Sami Zayn. So it could be Cody Rhodes. There's Jey Uso, who I am officially predicting for the Royal Rumble because I think they're doing the Sami Zayn Gunther thing from last year. Like just Gunther is this unbelievable spot, and then you got the guy who's lost to Gunther 3 times, and that could really be like the entire thing. That's what could be the entire the story, and then Jey Uso wins, and then Jey finds out. Now to get to Gunther, Jey Uso doesn't have to win the Royal Rumble. They could do the thing, as many others. Like if they're gonna do Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns doesn't have to win the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns can win in this Elimination Chamber match. And many others, same thing. I talked about Seth Rollins or CM Punk who win. They could win the title in an Elimination Chamber match against Gunther actually. So there are many things out there that can happen. They don't have to win the Royal Rumble, but they all are options of winning the Royal Rumble. I think there are again. Let's go over them again. There's Sami, there's Drew, there's Seth, there's Punk, there's Jey, there's Roman. That's 6. It's John Cena. That's 1. I actually think Logan Paul is actually a 1. That's 8. Yeah, I think that's definitely 1. Sheamus was on Pat McAfee yesterday, and he said if he wins the Royal Rumble, he's not challenging the world champions. He's challenging Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship. So they might even do that, which would I think I think that should not happen because but it's a possibility because we saw it with the fucking briefcase with Austin Theory where they had him cash in on the United States champion instead of cashing in on the world champion. It's I don't know. It's a title shot for the main event of WrestleMania. That's what it should be, the World Championship title shot. It shouldn't be for the Intercontinental title. So we need to take Sheamus off of there. So there's 8, but there's 8 legitimate people, and there'll be other superstars in there. Penta's going to be in it. Braun Breaker's going to be in it. We're probably going to get Joe Hendry in it. I'm sure. I'm thinking so that we can hear the entrance. He's probably going to be one of the first 3. I think once you get past 3, the entrance is it's kind of doesn't make sense. And while I say that, Roman Reigns is probably gonna have his entry, and I don't know if he's coming out 1, 2, or 3 either. And he's probably gonna do the whole thing with Paul Heyman walking down as well. So Damian Priest did something on this, maybe Damian Priest could have a shot. So there's many ways to go with this. who's going to win the Royal Rumble. But again, like I said, I'm choosing Jey Uso because I think the way they go, the way that's the way you get to. That's another way you get a shot at Gunther. Is running the Royal Rumble. So I think it's Jey Uso versus Gunther at WrestleMania 40. Jey Uso because listen, you've got to put the title on Jey Uso. He's one of your top merch sellers. He is popular as hell. Although I will say they maybe need to calm down on the spectacle entrance. It's a wonderful entrance, the best entrance in WWE, but he doesn't. It doesn't need to be that long where it's he gets into the ring. Once he gets to the ring and he gets on the rope and he does the thing on the rope and he gets inside it, they can just stop it when he gets inside. And he continues on, and it goes on. I will say, it probably goes on too much longer than it really should do. So, but yes, with so many things out there, I am picking Jey Uso as my winner of the Royal Rumble match. All right, so to recap, we got DIY retaining the WWE Tag Team Championship. We've got Cody Rhodes retaining the WWE Undisputed Championship. We have Charlotte Flair winning the Women's Royal Rumble match. And we have Jey Uso winning the Men's Royal Rumble match. New Year predictions, so we're starting off 0-0. Let's see what happens. Once again, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell, because once I go live after the Royal Rumble, where we will rapidly react to what we just saw. So it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a blast. It's gonna be a good time. It's interesting. Maybe see some shocking returns. One of those I didn't talk about was AJ Lee, and I think maybe and I don't think that's gonna happen, but we'll never know. Will be. Let's be surprised. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this episode. Post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Give me your predictions of Royal Rumble 2025. Let me know what you think about my predictions of Royal Rumble 2025 as well. Make sure that you like the video, you share the video, you subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy, AJTRIP, signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.